This week on Weekly News, we'll take a look at the safety of school zones.
We'll find out how Jody Newberry did at the Pro Bull Riding Classic.
All this and more coming up on Weekly News. Please stay with us.
From the campus of East Central University, welcome to the Weekly News with David Emmons, Jennifer McMahan-Curliss, Jeremy Stout with sports, and Shonda Holmes, serving East Central, Ada, and the surrounding community. Recorded live from ECU Studios, this is the Weekly News.
Hello, I'm David Emmons.
And I'm Jennifer McMahan-Curliss. Welcome to this edition of Weekly News.
If you have a next-door neighbor who just can't seem to keep his yard clean, you'll have to learn to live with it. Ada Assistant Code Enforcement Officer Roger Abbott says every complaint made about a dilapidated house is investigated. But Abbott is quick to point out, just because a complaint is filed doesn't mean there's anything the city can do. The city of Ada can only act if a house is found in need of demolition. After 2 letters are sent asking the owner to remove the structure, the city eventually makes arrangements to have the condemned building torn down. Midwest Wrecking Company owner Terry Brandstetter says the cost of an average demolition can be between $3,000 and $8,000. If the city of Ada is forced to remove the structure, the owner will then have a lien placed on the property and the cost charged against property tax. Dorm and campus safety is a major concern for colleges everywhere. East Central University is currently addressing the safety concerns many students have for themselves and their belongings. Catherine Krause takes a look at safety measures on campus.
Dorm safety is a concern at any campus. At East Central University, many students feel that rules and regulations are in need of change. Jenna Tanaka says she doesn't quite feel safe.
No, honestly, I don't. Because I feel like anybody could walk in our door and do whatever they want.
As you can see, the dorm doors remained unlocked during the day, making students vulnerable to theft. ECU campus police consistently patrol the area, and Dean Bronson Warren feels confident with safety measures on campus.
We're doing an adequate job of dorm safety. However, there's some things that I would like to see implemented. Some long-range goals. I would love to have cameras.
Visions on security will help combat many students' concerns.
Alarms on doors that are locked at night, between midnight and 6. And key card access where all the students use their ID to get in their specific dorm.
Even with the high concerns for student safety, improvements for dorm security are still a work in progress.
It requires a lot of money, and I know we're kind of looking into that, what the cost is going to be. The Criminal Justice Department has gotten a grant through the federal government. There will be more lighting on campus.
With serious consideration for changes in the future, ECU students can begin to focus their energies on studying and not on security. Reporting for Weekly News, I'm Catherine Krause.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, drivers under the influence of alcohol cause about 40% of traffic fatalities. Ada's city laws state that it is unlawful to drive, operate, or be in control of any motor vehicle while under the influence of an intoxicating substance. Penalties for violating these laws include jail time, license suspension, and hefty fines. For more information, visit the Mothers Against Drunk Driving website at www.madd.com.
School zone safety is a #1 priority for school officials in the City of Ada Police Department. Our reporter BJ Ecahard went to a few area schools to find out more about this issue.
According to a 2000 survey conducted by the National Safe Kids campaign, over 65% of all vehicles traveling through school zones were speeding. Ada is fortunate to never have had an accident involving a child in the school speed zone. And Assistant Superintendent Pat Harrison is thankful for the district's safety record.
For us in Ada schools, we've been fortunate in the fact that we haven't had an accident in a crosswalk or with a child getting on or off of a bus.
Ada resident and parent Kelly Cottle believes the school district and police department work together to successfully protect our children in school zones.
There's lots of kids around the junior high, and people are very cautious and watchful for the kids. I don't know of any accidents, and I think they're pretty safe.
Officer Jason Potter said 141 tickets have been issued for school zone violations this year, but the 9-year veteran wants to see more done.
Officers would like to spend more time running radar in the school zones. Because of manpower, we can't spend the time that we would like to in the school zones.
Potter's main concern is for drivers to realize the importance of the 20-mile-per-hour speed zone.
The speed limit has been posted for a reason, and that is for the safety of the children, so just keep the children in mind.
Ada Public Schools and the Ada Police Department are working hard to keep the school zone safe. With a $244 fine for breaking the speed limit in a school zone, drivers exercise caution. As far as this report is concerned, these schools get an A in safety. Reporting for Weekly News, this is B.J. Ecahard.
East Central University students who receive financial aid can rest easy. Relief is on its way. Financial aid will be handed out on February 14th through the 15th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the ECU ballroom. This year, ECU administration will be more effective to have financial aid distribution in the ballroom in order to assist students at a quicker pace. If any student has a past due balance, he or she must go to the financial aid office instead to receive their checks. Each student must also have their student ID with them. For more information, contact the financial aid office at 580-310-5225. Coming up, we'll take a look at the President's plan for Pell Grants. Stay with us. President Bush proposed a plan to Congress to raise federal grants for college students. According to the U.S. Department of Education, since 2003, federal grants have been cut by $270 million, and over 84,000 college students no longer qualify for Pell Grants. Bush's plan will increase the maximum Pell Grant by 2.5% each year for 5 years. The maximum federal grant offered to date is a little over $4,000. With the President's plan, the amount will increase by a total of 12%.
The Oklahoma City Journal-Record reported recently on legislation filed by State Senator Randy Brogdon of Owasso. Brogdon's proposed legislation, Senate Bill 859, would decrease the growing tax burden brought on by inflation. Current tax code does not adjust tax brackets to account for income increases because of inflation. If a taxpayer receives an income increase because of inflation, they end up paying a higher tax rate, benefiting the state. Under Brogdon's bill, the tax rate would, quote, reflect price inflation for the preceding year as measured by the Consumer Price Index.
If you've been wondering about gas prices lately, here's Vanessa Tidmore with a rundown of prices around town.
In the morning, you get into your car and start the engine. The needle is sitting on empty. It's time to fill up again. So why, when you have just enough gas to get you to the filling station, do you drive around town for half an hour? To find the lowest gas price, that's why. If a person consumes 20 gallons of gas a week, saving 3 cents per gallon would save them $31 a year. To many, this isn't a significant number. But to a struggling college student, that's 10 meals at McDonald's.
I can see that gas prices could be a real problem for some students. I spend a lot of money on gas just going back and forth between school and work and things in Ada, and I live here. So if a student lives in Tishomingo or in Holdenville or Shawnee, as some of the students I know do, that can be a big deal for them.
According to the AAA Daily Fuel Gauge Report, the average price for regular unleaded gas in Oklahoma is $1.83, the same as the average here in Ada, and lower than the national average of $1.90. These averages are almost 20 cents higher than averages 1 month ago, and almost 30 cents more than averages a year ago. Reporting for the Weekly News, this is Vanessa Tidmore.
Free tax help started last week from the American Association of Retired Persons at the Ada Chamber of Commerce. AARP helped over 1.8 million people last year nationwide. Here at the local site, all ages are qualified for help, but AARP's main concerns are for the people 60 and over. Local tax aid is available until April 11th on Mondays, 8 a.m. till noon and 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Then on Thursdays, 8 a.m. till noon only during the month of February. To make an appointment or for any questions, call 580-332-3882. Does the thought of a lake make you think of sunshine, skiing, and friends? Well, that could be the case for Ada's future residents. Tory McGee gives us the details.
I'm standing in front of an area where studies will soon be done to determine whether a 4,700-acre lake could be built.
The council, if possible, has always wanted to put the lake close to city limits, because if a lake is built close by, it would have a positive impact on the city of Ada's economy. In other words, if the lake is built nearby and it's used for recreational purposes, which we anticipate that will happen.
Chamber of Commerce says if the feasibility study yields positive results, the next step will be finding out if the community supports the idea. Reporting for the Weekly News, I am Tory McGee.
Groundbreaking for the East Central Oklahoma Blood Institute is scheduled for July 1st. The current office is only about 2,000 square feet, but the new building will be over 8,500 square feet. Many different organizations in the community are helping with the funding for the new building. Ada High School is one of these organizations. The school has raised over $4,000 for the project. The new facility will bring more jobs to Ada and will be more convenient for people in surrounding areas to come and donate blood. For more information or to make a pledge, you may call the OBI at 580-436-0384. Coming up in sports, we'll take a look at the East Central Tigers. Please stay with us.
There is a better way to have fun with history. Visit americaslibrary.gov. Log on, play around, learn something.
Glucose plus oxygen equals carbon dioxide.
I'd like to pass them back to you now. Very pleased with your work.
She's got the drive, the energy, the heart, and the talent.
Pre-med.
But she wouldn't be here without your help. Please support the United Negro College Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
So, Jeremy, what do you think about this gorgeous weather we've been having?
Oh, it's great. And you know what that means, don't you?
No, what's that?
Well, it means it's the beginning of spring season, spring sports. Some just the ending, and some just the beginning. The defending Lone Star North Division Conference champion East Central University baseball team is preseason ranked third for the 2005 season. The Tigers were 15-6 in the conference last season. The Tigers finished the 2004 season with a 30-21 overall record. This was the first Lone Star Conference championship for the Tigers since joining in 1998. A new year means a new motto for the Tigers. The Tigers' motto for the 05 season will be strong arm baseball. The team had the opportunity to flex their guns as they opened the season with 2 wins and a loss against Harding University last Saturday. Lone Star North Pitcher of the Year in 2004, Corey Hall, picked up where he left off last season by getting the Tigers' first win of the season. The Tigers won the Friday game 10-1. On Saturday's doubleheader, Harding took the first game 9-5, and the Tigers fought back, winning the second 10-1. Despite losing 9 starters, the Tigers have started off well in their quest to win their second Lone Star Conference Division Championship. On to men's basketball. Prior to the University of Central Oklahoma game, the East Central basketball team was in a 3-way tie with Northeastern University and Central Oklahoma for first place in the Lone Star Conference. The Tigers went into the game with a record of 3-1 in the conference and 12-7 overall. To the highlights. The Tigers start off strong early in the first half. Shot missed by Dominique Wilkins and put back by freshman Terrell Carpenter. Leading scorer for the Tigers, number 24, Darren Randall, shoots it and puts it good for 2. Darren had 24 points on the night. The Tigers lose their grip, though, as the Broncos come back and just start to take a lead. Inbounds, number 23, Terry McVeigh, shot right before half, and as you can see, it's good. Starts would fall for the Broncos all night long, as the Tigers lost 92-65. Since the game, the Tigers also lost by a close one to Northeastern. They lost by 1 point. This put the Tigers at 12-9 overall and 3-3 in the conference. The Tigers have 6 games remaining, where they'll face and get a rematch with both Central Oklahoma and the Northeastern University. East Central University recently inducted 3 new members into its Athletic Hall of Fame. The ceremonies took place during the halftime of the ECU men's basketball game against Tarleton State University. The inductees included former ECU softball player Shireen Heisel, who went on to play with the Women's Canadian Olympic softball team. ECU also inducted former Tiger football player Donnie Douglas, as well as former basketball player Jeff Coleman, who is now the head coach of the Idabel High School boys basketball team. Presenter of the ceremony included current ECU head softball coach Ron Miller, former ECU football coach Hank Wabrick and former men's head basketball coach Wayne Cobb. The women's basketball team played 6 p.m. on February 3rd. Here's more on the story.
The ECU women's basketball team scored victorious on Thursday over UCO, the University of Central Oklahoma. The score was 68 ECU and 57 UCO.
We worked real hard to get this point. Hopefully, we just keep going, winning, keeping our streak going. So we needed to rebound, keep our turnovers down, and shoot better. We did all three of those, and we won the game.
Those were comments from number 12, Tanisha Miller, and number 44, Justin Flannery. Thank you. This is Stephanie Johnson reporting for Weekly News.
The basketball team has hopes of making another state tournament appearance after last season's loss in the state championship. Rolfe is currently ranked 4th in Class 1A boys basketball. 25-year-old Coach Larry Johnston has finished the 2004 and 2005 regular season with a record of 22 wins and 2 losses after Tuesday's victory over their rival, the Latta Panthers. Rolfe will be traveling to Stonewall this weekend for the district tournament. Thank you for tuning in with us to the Weekly Sports. Stay tuned for basketball schedule.
Every year, East Central University spends several millions of dollars to maintain basic operations of a 4-year institution. According to Vice President of Fiscal Affairs, Dr. Ron Bussert, ECU spent approximately $24.3 million in the last fiscal year. The budget for this year is $27 million for the primary budget and $15.4 million in external gifts and grants. The university also receives an estimated $8.5 million from student tuition, $1.8 million for basic student fees, and $15 million in state appropriations. It's a well-known fact college students aren't exactly made of money. It's also known college students aren't exactly keen on staying at home either. Thankfully, East Central University has an organization to cater to both needs. Amy Hughes has more on this story.
ECU's crew has their hands full. Not only do they prepare spring and fall homecoming festivities, back-to-school and end-of-year celebrations, but they also put on free shows, from hypnotists to concerts to comedians. This semester is no different.
This year we're doing something new. Matter of fact, this Thursday we start Tiger Idol, which is ECU's version of American Idol. We also have some smaller acts going on. Easter egg hunt will be in March. And then we'll end the year with Orange Crush again. It's going to be almost a week-long event this year instead of just one day.
Wednesday we're going to have Dash for Dollars, which is April the 6th. And it's where students can come just to win money. Then Thursday we're going to do Wacky 3D, which is this cool little thing. It's a 3D picture. You can go and get your picture taken for free, and it has you take 2 poses, and so it switches back and forth. And then Friday is our mud stock, where we're going to do just mud games in the mud pit. We're going to have mud volleyball, mud bat races.
But until then, students can keep themselves busy with free movies on Wednesday night.
Don't look so surprised.
Movie nights are what Crew is most famous for. Throughout each semester, Crew provides students with free showings of movies that were hot in the box office. Crew must prepare, plan, and prepare even more. Meetings are every first Monday at 4 p.m. in the Student Senate Chambers, where members are all work and no play.
In today's meeting, we are selecting themes for the next 5 years.
At the end of the day, Crew's goal is not to have the biggest event or largest attendance. It's simply to unite the ECU student body and give the community a chance to get out and share good times. Reporting for Weekly News, this is Amy Hughes.
ECU police are cracking down on students who park in faculty spaces. According to the campus police, the number of students parking in faculty spots has increased over the past few weeks. Tickets carry a fine of $10. If 3 or more tickets go unpaid, the fines will be doubled and a hold can be placed on a student's tuition. Repeat offender vehicles can be towed. Students who are having trouble finding parking in the mornings can find available parkings in the football field parking lot. Next weekend, will usher a variety of entertainment for people in the Ada area. East Central will be performing Deflator Mouse, a comedic opera written by Johann Strauss. This will be the first time ECU has done an opera in 60 years. Ada High School will also present the musical show Aida, a dramatic look at the life of princess turned slave. Both shows will open on February 16th and run through the 19th. Tickets for both shows are still available. East Central University is ready to start construction on a new fine arts building. Jarrod Morse tells us more on what the building will offer ECU students in the surrounding area.
If you've happened to have been traveling down Main Street next to the campus recently, you've probably seen the houses with the keep out signs and the construction tape around them. What could all this mean? This is the future site of the new Fine Arts building for East Central University. The Fine Arts building will offer faculty office space, 5 new classrooms, a TV studio, audio studio, photo studio, and a new dark room, as well as a new shop and costume shop areas for the communications department. While ECU students will benefit greatly from the new Fine Arts Center, what's in it for the community of Ada? Vice President for Fiscal Affairs, Dr. Ron Bussert, had to say.
You know, it's really for East Central and the community as a whole. At East Central, we see us playing a role in providing theatrical and arts opportunities for the community at large, and to be a good citizen here in Ada. And this center's going to bring that all. We have a great partnership with the city of Ada for this project, and also with the ECU Foundation. And so it's a good project.
Reporting for the Weekly News, this is Jarrod Morse.
Great things are happening with East Central's Rotaract Club. Recently, the community was encouraged to give up an extra soda or cigarette to donate the money to the Rotary Tsunami Relief effort. So far, the Rotaract has earned $350. Last year, the club raised $1,800 to help build schools in South America and Brazil. Rotaract's next project will be Valentine's Day sale to benefit Haiti's poor population. The club meets every Tuesday evening at 5:30 in the new Tiger's Den on campus.
Love sickness can kill. According to a report from the British Broadcasting Company, health experts in England say that love sickness should be taken more seriously by doctors. British Psychological Society member Professor Alex Gardner said that people can die from a broken heart. Love sickness can result in a state of physical tiredness, and in extreme cases could drive people to take their own lives. Psychologists are calling for a greater awareness of the symptoms and effects of love sickness so doctors can better treat and understand the problem. For most cowboys, rodeo isn't just a job. It's more like a hobby. For one local cowboy, riding bulls is a career. Ada's own Jody Newberry has done quite well for himself in the world of professional bull riding. Weekly News has been able to catch up with Jody at the Express PBR Classic in Oklahoma City.
One could say Ada's Jody Newberry had a home field advantage when the PBR came to Oklahoma City. Drawing the bull lefty for the first round, Jody was given a chance to get revenge on a bull that bucked him off in the 2003 PBR World Finals.
Yeah, Drew lefty. I've got him here tonight. I had him at the 2003 World Finals. That was the year that I won the World Finals. That was the only bull. I rode 4 out of 5 bulls out there. That was the only bull that bucked me off. He's a real tough bull.
And revenge is exactly what the Oklahoma Cowboy got. Jody rode lefty for 8 seconds, earning a score of 88, enough to win the round and give Ada's Own an opportunity to ride another bull for a $5,000 bonus in the Mossy Oaks shootout. Jody, again, succeeded in an 8-second ride, winning the bonus round. His success in the arena is not enough to separate Jody from his values. This cowboy takes no credit for how well he performs.
You know, my relationship with God has everything to do with it, every part of my life, I think. I just enjoy life and realize that this is only the beginning.
As for Ada, we're proud of our cowboy. What can we say? Jody Newberry, man of men, man of beast, man of God. Reporting for the Weekly News, this is Clay Wesley.
Arbuckle Memorial Hospital has teamed with Sulphur's parent-teacher organization to teach students the importance of exercise. Each student was given a physical fitness test and a goal to exercise 20 minutes a day for 1 month. When tests are redone, volunteers hope students see an improvement. This project is a part of a nationwide Healthy Kids campaign, teaching children that a commitment to exercise can pay off. The winter months are here, and with the threat of falling temperatures comes the threat influenza. The flu season is a concern from November through February. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says it is hard to tell exactly how many months the flu threat will last. Infection Control Director Lee says Valley View Regional Hospital has documented only a small amount of flu cases so far. The State Department of Health gives these tips for keeping the flu at bay. Number 1, consistently wash your hands. Number 2, cover your mouth while coughing and sneezing. And finally, remain at home when you feel ill. The Pontotoc County Health Department claims the best way to control the flu is to prevent catching it. The most effective method is through vaccination. The School Department of Health lifted all restrictions for flu shots on January 19th. Now, anyone who wants to take the vaccine should contact their health care provider or local health department. That's all for this edition of Weekly News.
Thanks for watching.
The Weekly News is produced by mass communication students in the Communication Department at East Central University. Weekly News serves the East Central University campus. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of East Central University or the service provider.